my daughter. We're doing like a new, you gotta scoot in, you can't be all shy.
I am a little shy.
I know I got all the dad cooties, but
yeah, you have white
you'll
cooties.
manage. I thought it'd be fun if we do like kind of a series for like new players and people maybe just getting into the game, and also dads who have daughters who might want to play Netrunner, or kids in general. So this is going to be the first video in a series. We're going to try to do a weekly thing. I think Tuesday is going to be our recording day.
I was going to say watch video lives.
And yeah, so we're gonna just dive right into a couple factions, right?
Yeah.
So the thing about us playing is, like I've been saying for a long time, 2 players can totally play with a set of cards. So as long as each player picks the factions that they like and they kind of just stick to them, you can totally build a lot of decks. So I play Genteki. Okay, Genteki is all about traps and trying to bluff and just doing all kinds of weird things. So it's like it's not a standard way of playing Netrunner. Okay. And I also play Anarchs, which is just a really like kind of. So if you think of, I like to think of Joker from the Batman movies, how he's like just crazy and he's like a dog chasing a car. You wouldn't know what yeah. So.
I seen a really cool picture of the Joker on Pinterest today.
Oh yeah.
It was both of the Jokers.
Oh, see, we're learning about all kinds of new things, Pretty Little Liars and Pinterest. So.
Good app.
Yeah, I hear you. So we're gonna get into a couple of the court factions, and I'm gonna kind of explain. So. I've been playing board games with Sam for a long time now, and I know that she is a bit of a bitch when it comes to playing board games. She doesn't like to have fun necessarily. She likes to like utterly crush the souls of her opponents.
Backstab you.
So if we're playing, I don't know, like Dominion, she's taking all of the cards that give you the curses. If she's playing, what? Nerds? Oh.
Yeah, we are. I'm sorry.
And yeah, so she likes to win, right?
Yeah, I don't even care if I win as long as I backstab you during a game.
Yeah, so she wants to really hurt your soul. So I think I've narrowed what I think she would have fun playing. But we're gonna go through a couple of the factions anyway for you to hear it, and maybe something sparks, and obviously for all you guys to hear it too. So we have Wayland right here. This is a big pile of Wayland cards. There is a very, very good deck, and I've talked about it a lot on A&R Black Hats. It's called Keystone. Okay? So this deck has a lot of moving parts in it, but almost the end goal is to just outright kill the runner. So you kind of, what you're trying to do is you're trying to advance agendas. So you're trying to win the game, right? And then once the runner makes a mistake and they have fewer than a certain amount of cards in their hand, then you get to tag them a bunch of times, and then you play Scorched Earth, which basically blows up their block. So instead of like going and finding and out-hacking the runner, you're like, oh, he lives there, let's just drop a space rock on him and kill him. Okay. So that would be the ultimate fuck you in this game.
Yeah,
right.
Sounds like it.
A lot of people hate playing against Scorched Earth and stuff like that too, because there's a really popular card that everybody plays, which is Flat Screen. So it kind of prevents the Scorched Earth, but the Keystone deck has a lot of options to kind of get around it. So there's a few other decks, but that's probably the best deck right now, and it's the one that I play, so I could probably teach you how to play it the best. So that's Wayland. They gain a lot of money, they do a lot of damage, and they have their main ice type is Barrier.
Okay.
Okay? So we'll move on to NBN here. NBN is all about fast advancing agendas. So they want to be quicker than the runner. Okay? So a lot of they tend to have more agendas than most corps. So their agenda density, do you know what that means? Agenda density? A density? It means in a 60 card deck, they have more actual agendas in the deck than most people.
I like to hear how some people have more those weird tokens than other people.
Yeah, exactly. So that means when the runner is running, your like R&D, if they get multi-accesses, there's more chance that they can see more cards. I guess that's another term that I should explain. Multi-access. That's when I have a card that you know how when you make a run you get to see one card.
Yes.
If I have a multi-access card, I would get to see more than one card.
Because it's multiple.
Exactly. A lot of the terms are pretty easy to understand, but I'll explain them either way. So there's a really, really popular deck in NBN right now, and it's called Near Earth Hub. They all basically play the same. At the end of the day, what they want to do is they want to get an Astro script pilot program. Okay, this is a really good agenda, probably the best agenda in the game. You need 3 points to score it. It's worth 2 points, but it comes with a token on it that you can spend to advance a card at any time. So what they refer to it as the Astro train. Okay?
Okay.
So this means if you score one Astro script and you get it in your thing, then you actually don't even really need to install them and have them on the table for the runner to take them.
What's the thing?
The Astro script token.
Okay, 'cause you said it in the
I'll pull it out and that way we can look at it. Astro scripts.
You gotta add a piano riff. I'm sorry. It doesn't sound proper without it.
You better apologize. So over this. First you don't understand where an Astro script is. Then you throw in a piano riff. Here's an Astro script. Okay.
Always seen that.
So yeah. That's a 3 for 2 agenda, right? So it scores for 3 and it's worth 2 points. So if I said a 5 for 2, what does that mean?
It has 5 and it scores 2. Or it's worth 5? Oh.
No, it scores for 5.
Okay,
so when the first number is always how much it scores for, and then the second number is always how much it's worth when it's scored. So a 5 for 3 score, you need 5 advancements and it's worth 3.
Oh, like those little tokens that you put on the
Yeah,
cards?
advancement tokens.
Okay.
So this one says when you score it, so you put it in your score area, you get to put a counter on it. And that counter can be spent to put an advancement counter on something. Okay? So now, that's really, really important because this is a 3-point agenda, and you only have 3 clicks in your turn, right?
Yeah.
So in order to advance this, you'd need your whole turn, right? Because you'd have to have it installed, and then you have to spend your whole turn advancing this card. So you'd have to go advance, 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 score,
Yeah.
right? But if you already had one of these in play, you can actually, with your first click, install it. Then your second and third click, advance, advance, and then you could take the token off this card and advance it the third time and score it.
Okay.
So then you have a second Astro script in play,
Yeah.
and it's got a token, so what do you do with the third one?
You put it on there.
Yeah, you just go find the one, and then you put it in, and you just keep doing that, and that's called the Astro train. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that's basically the epitome of what NBN wants to do. There's also another really good deck that Uncle Steve likes to play, or Glitch for everybody here. He likes to play, it's called Nearpad. It still uses this same identity, so it still uses Near Earth Hub, except what happens is they have a lot of damaging cards in there. So what they want to do is they want to tag the runner. I want to apologize for anybody who can hear my dog fucking mow down on his food over there.
It's not like to swear in front of people we don't really know.
They know I swear. You know I swear.
It's not polite to swear in front of children's ears.
Children ears. That's what we're going with?
Sure, why not? My ears are weirdly small. Or, weirdly, that's awkwardly small.
No, I'd say weirdly fine. They are pretty weird. You know what? We should turn the camera off. I don't want anyone to see your weird ears.
We can just wear them like this. You can have like fish ears. I can't do a fish face.
So what Nearpad wants to do is they want to give you a tag, and then they want to install a bunch of servers. So they want to have a bunch of servers with like no ice over them, and then in those servers they have these cards they're actually Wayland cards. They're called dedicated response teams. And they say after the runner makes a successful run, if they're tagged, do 2 meat damage to them. So what they do is they get you tagged, and then whenever you make a run, they flip over a bunch of these things, and you end up taking like 2, 4, or 6 damage. And it's just constant, and it's just constant damage. and it's a really annoying deck to play. So that one's on the short list for you, I think. I think if I was to pick a deck, it'd be Nearpad or Keystone. Keystone, I think, is a little bit better than Nearpad, but it's a little harder to play. So it depends on.
As long as I can screw you over.
Yeah, as long as you can do it. Then there's Hoschton. Hoschton thematically, I like better than both of these guys. So they're in the future, they're the guys who perfect making robots and like cheap labor. So you don't need to go and pay like a human being, you know, $40,000 to $60,000 a year anymore in the future. You could just go pay $30,000 for a robot and it works forever.
So if I were to lose a limb, could I buy a robot?
Yeah, you'd be a cyborg.
Then the person in the Fault in Our Stars won't actually be blind. He can actually buy robot eyes.
I don't know if Hoschton is in the Fault in Our Stars.
Could be.
It could be.
Write a sequel.
I think that the Netrunner universe should be just slammed into all sci-fi. And
John
stuff
Green
like
needs
that.
to be watching this and just boom.
Exactly. Maybe John Green plays Netrunner.
Maybe.
We should start like a tweet.
Hashtag John Green. I did the hashtag wrong.
No, it has to be like hashtag.
Okay, hashtag John Green is play Netrunner.
Yeah.
We just do like hashtags and keep on hashtagging. Hashtag.
I feel like you're having a stroke right now. Are you alright?
Yeah.
Want to get one more out of your system?
Yes, it's really fun. I like reenacting the Jimmy Fallon one.
I was going to say the Jimmy Fallon, yeah, those are hilarious. I love all the skits with Justin Timberlake. I love stuff like that.
Hashtag cookies.
What is it? Questlove's like, hey guys, hashtag shut the fuck up. Oh my god. I'll just wait it out. Did you swallow your gum on camera? Oh my god. You know I'm showing this to all your friends, right?
I'm so scared. I almost choked on my gum.
Okay, are we ready to move on? I heard you gag. I wasn't sure what it was from. I thought it was from my pure hilarity. You want to take it out? You want to get rid of it? Just put it on the end of the table there like a fucking gross little kid because you can't chew gum.
Well, I have little kid ears.
Okay, back to Hoschton. We're making a Netrunner video here. What are you doing?
Ripping up people?
It's just fine there. Just
Vanessa said no.
we're doing something here. Okay.
Hashtag get over it.
Just leave us alone.
Hashtag you're cleaning it out.
Okay. You need to focus a little.
I
Are
am
you okay?
focused.
Are you alright?
Okay, we know where we are.
So, we're on a Hoschton.
Yeah, I know.
Hoschton is all about. Their main thing is they have ice that you can click through. Okay?
Okay.
So, you don't actually need an ice breaker to break the ice. That sounds bad, right? Like, it sounds like, well, why would I play them? But their cost compared to their strength and their taxing. Okay? And how taxing they are is really impressive. So there's a really, really good ice. It's called E-Line, and it's in the game. So it reses for 3. It's got 2 subroutines, and it's a strength 4 barrier. Both of which you can click through, but I mean either way, it's really, really hard to deal with. Even if they have a barrier breaker, it's still really expensive because it's a strength 4 with 2 subroutines.
Okay.
And then even if they click through it, it costs like basically 3 clicks a run. So that's 75% of a turn just moving through one piece of ice. So it's really popular, but it splashes for almost nothing, and it's almost in every deck anyway.
Okay.
Hoschton does a couple cool things. They have like a CI deck where you can have like an infinite amount of cards in your hand compared to how much money you have, and then you can like insta-kill the runner. They have other ones where it's called red coats, where you basically just have a lot of ice and you're just scoring out like a regular game. I don't think you'd like that deck too much. There's no real tricks or being a jerk in it, so.
Red coat is for pretty little buyers.
Red coat is like a military thing.
Oh, is it an antagonist?
Antagonist?
Yeah, like a bad guy.
I don't know. Some people, I don't want to say whether or not the redcoats are bad guys or good guys. Some people think they're good guys. Some people think they're bad guys.
What is it?
I'm not American, so I don't have an opinion on it.
Oh, well, I'm pretty alive with that.
Okay, now I know. So for all the Pretty Little Liar fans that in our
Yeah.
okay,
You can't judge, okay?
I'm not judging. As I said, I wanted to do this with you. I've already fucking committed. We're already 15 minutes in. I don't want to waste 15 minutes of my day. So, do you think you understand kind of how it's my way?
Yeah, I still like Wayland.
Okay, so Wayland's going to be our short list. We're going to play Keystone. Okay, we'll move the rest of these out of the way. And now we're moving on to the runners. So, out of the runners, I play Anarchs. So I have pulled up the Shapers and the Criminals here.
Okay. I was looking at these. Why is there 2 people?
Well, I pulled up the ones that I thought you'd like. So I pulled up Kate McCaffrey and Chaos Theory. Chaos Theory is really cool because she's kind of a little kid. And she's a Gmod, so she's like a super smart little kid. And then Kate McCaffrey is another girl, and she is just a really, really strong character. So the Chaos Theory kind of has a deck. It's called String Theory. It just it plays really fast. It gains a lot of money, and it's got a lot of really big breakers. It's on the more complicated side of playing that runner, but it's still a really fun deck to play, and it feels really fun. Like, you actually are doing a lot on your turn, whereas a lot of Netrunner is like a lot of installing and maybe just like gaining credits. Chaos Theory always seems to be just doing a lot of stuff on her turn. And then it's called the Prepaid Kate deck. Okay? There's another card that goes with Kate really well. It installs for 2. It's a hardware, but with Kate's ability, it only installs for 1, because she gets to lower the cost of a hardware or the first hardware or program you install each turn by 1. So what she does is she installs this thing for 1, and then it says all the event, or you gain 1 reoccurring credit for the first event you play each turn. So then she just plays a shit ton of events. So she overdraws to get these prepaids out really fast, installs them really cheap, and then all of her events cost a lot less money. But all of her money is based in events. So cards like Sure Gamble, the one that, you need 5 credits and you gain 9, so you're technically only gaining $4, right? So for every prepaid in the deck, you gain an additional $1, right?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So if she has 3 prepaids out, instead of like a regular runner gaining $4 from Sure Gamble, she's actually gaining $7 if she has all 3 in play. And then there's a card called Lucky Find, which you can gain up to $9 from.
Yeah.
It's really good deck. Our buddy Spags actually took it to Worlds, and he went undefeated with that deck.
That's Dan.
No, Spags is another player, and then Dan Dargenio took, actually we'll talk about Andromeda right now.
Okay.
So Andromeda is the other one that is really popular. Andromeda is arguably the most popular right now. Like, a lot of people really play her. A lot of people's combo is Andromeda and NEH, which is NBN.
Yeah.
A lot of people love her. She starts with a hand size of 9, which you might not understand the amount of consistency that adds, but everybody regularly starts with a hand of 5. Now, Andromeda's playing cards that she has cards in there that she extremely benefits from when she gets them early, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking about Desperado, which is one of the best consoles in the game. It says whenever you make a run, you gain $1, right? So the best time to have that is at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Right? And the best way to get that is to have 9 cards in your hand, right? Because if you don't get it, then you can mulligan and probably get it.
Yeah.
So Andromeda is just very consistent. So kind of the best way to explain between, like, so we'll put Chaos Theory aside right now for a bit. I'm gonna because these are arguably the 2 best runners. It's Kate McCaffrey and Andromeda right now. So Andromeda is probably less powerful than the Kate, but it's just easy to play and it's consistent.
Okay.
Okay, do you understand those terms?
Yes.
Whereas the Kate deck has more options and there's more chance for you to make errors. But there's also more chance for you to be a better player. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's chances where you know, if I was playing a Kate deck and Spags was playing the Kate deck, because he's got way more experience, he's able to pilot it way better than most people, right? Me included. If I was playing it, I'd probably make some mistakes because there's a lot of options and stuff like that, and there's a lot of like scenarios where you can actually work your way out of if you do proper planning. Andromeda, people like her for tournaments because she is just, it just kind of plays itself. There's a couple choices that you have to make, but they're not really extreme choices. I don't know if I gave you too much information. Do you have any questions or anything like that?
No. They both seem very straightforward.
So I'll explain the factions, kind of. Shapers are like the ultimate tinkerers, okay? They like having toys, they like having gadgets, so think of like Batman, right? Exactly, yeah, she's got 2 utility belts. Kate McCaffrey has 2 utility belts. So she's like Batman. She's got a lot of things at her disposal. And she could pull them out on the fly, and she can recycle them, and she has tons of things that she could do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Andromeda is more like Superman almost.
I don't like
Right.
Superman.
I don't like Superman either. We're going on camera. We're not a Superman family.
No. Superman sucks.
Well, that would basically be she's just really powerful. Obviously, Batman has more options and has the potential to be cooler, right? Whereas Superman is just always good and always really strong, right? But at the end of the day, it's just a really strong dude who can punch things and fly really fast. Basically
And it's made
indestructible.
of steel.
Yeah. I don't think Andromeda's made of steel. She's a natural, so she's not made of anything but human flesh.
Yeah.
But again, there's other IDs. So there's Gabe for criminals. There's a couple other ones. I pulled out the I'm going to start you off with, and for anybody who doesn't know, I'm not talking about every kind of identity. I want to funnel her into one kind of really good tested idea. So we're going to net deck a deck. One that's got a good explanation so we can read it and we can play it right off the bat. We don't have to do a lot of play testing, and then you're going to be able to make a couple choices on your own, right? So out of those two, do you want to be the tinkery person or the kind of standard, everyday, good runner?
I want to be Kate.
Okay, so we're going to go with Kate. That's fun. So stay tuned for our next video where we actually try either a Keystone or a prepaid Kate.
Yeah.